What is going on, people inside that internet machine? Welcome to this episode. Today we have another pickup video. I think we got some decent stuff. All right, so we're leaving the first garage sale of the season. That's what we're dealing with right there. So not very good. We got a couple more to go to today, so hopefully it works out. All right, we're leaving the second sale. You can kind of see it back there. It was a garage, and you did have stuff for sale. Grab this awesome National Geographic Close-Up USA map set for $1. Pretty good deal. All right, there's the third garage sale. Apparently they don't like money. So on to the next one. Bye-bye. All right, so we are shooting this video from the floor. The light is coming in the window and it's like messing with the lens of the camera. Everything looks all smoky and fuzzy. So we'll sit on the floor like Johnny Millennium and we will do a pickup video. There's my Sega Genesis collection. Small but fierce. Anyway, pick these up. This might have been the best pickup of the week. Shit, I don't know. The Reese peanut butter cups with the marshmallow tops. Now, my mom makes like the best Chex Mix, and it's like the most addicting snack that I know of on planet Earth. This is a pretty close second. These are amazing. This is $4 for a bag of those, but I saw them and I knew that I had to have them. I go back after Easter's over and pick them up when they're half off. But all right, so we went to Heath Flea Market. Brian's got a bin of like tchotchkes and nonsense at the end of his gaming aisle. It's like, you know, the silicone Wii condoms and the Wii golf clubs and, you know, little stuff like that in there, right? We had some protectors, I guess you could call them. So he wanted $1 a piece. I wasn't happy about that, but we got 5 Super Nintendo cartridge protectors, which is awesome because we're picking up a lot more 16-bit games this year, a lot more Super Nintendo stuff. So these will definitely come in handy. They're not going to go to waste. But man, these are hard to find. I remember at VGMX, the Video Game Music Exchange on Schrock Road, we used to have a bin of this type of stuff, and it was like, you know, 3 for $1 or 2 for $1. But now, man, this kind of stuff is just getting expensive. And I think it's worthwhile to grab some because, you know, even though you're not like looking at your games as an investment, you have invested money into them, and you want to make sure that they're as protected as possible. And you'll get like spider webs in the cartridge things, or water, or popsicles, or whatever. He also had these in there. SNK Neo Geo Pocket Color cases. There are 2 of those. So I have these. I don't have these listed on my eBay store, and I'll probably put them on my Whatnot marketplace thing. Whatnot now has a marketplace, so you can just go into Whatnot and search for the item, and it'll pop up, right? Also grabbed some of these. I didn't realize that was broken, or else I wouldn't have gotten it, but these are universal game cases. Like I said, you know, I picked up like Ninja Warriors. It's just sitting in the box over there, not protected. So it's definitely going to go in one of these. Probably this one because it's the better condition one. But yeah, these are definitely handy for video games because it fits all of them, right? Like Nintendo, Super Nintendo, N64, Genesis. I mean, just all different kinds of games go in these. So these universal game cases are pretty awesome. I'm going to change the name of the channel to Big Dirty Jump Cuts. When you start, if you start on YouTube and you've got a room that has like windows and stuff in it, you know, you're gonna do your YouTube videos. Lighting is like the hardest thing to get situated because at different times of the day, this will look nice and this wall may look darker and like you want to shadow. It's weird, like you see the shadow, and you know the light for over there. It's the worst. Just do a voice-over gameplay. Anyway, forgot to stick this in the video from the flea market. Brian's had this at the Heath Flea Market for a couple years, and he goes, "Yeah, it's like the bags they're like $39.99, like $40 bags." I'm like, "Okay, well, how much do you want for it?" And he goes, "Oh, like $12." I'm like, "Okay, man." So yeah, it's a PlayStation 1. You know, the ONE, the little PlayStation, goes in here, and you can fit your whole console in there with controllers and cords, and Matt from Oak City Gamers has one of those, and I shipped him out a console that goes in there. And I also have a console. So now we are PlayStation 1 bag buddies, which is nice. So Check out Oak City Gamer and his channel, his toy channel, the Blaster Bench. Links are down below. But I also want to give 2 quick shout outs. Rob, longtime friend of the channel, created a music channel where it's really just sort of like real chill, lo-fi, kind of mellow out music, and it's called Gutter to Glory Music. Again, link will be down below. And Dave from Facebook, I didn't even know you had a YouTube channel, bro. But if you like PC Engine stuff, import stuff, like really cool, like rare stuff, shooters and whatnot, check out his channel. It's PCEMD Forever. Again, link will be down below. He has 39 subscribers, so hoping we can get him at least to that 50 subscriber mark. That would be awesome. So I was going through I was doing like an audit of my PS3 games, games that I don't need or whatever. And I noticed that I had some games that were disc only, so I started looking for cases for them. And one of the games was Record of Argarest, War 2. So I found the case in the manual for this. The guy threw in a little basketball card from like the 90s. This is from 97 or something. 1995, which was nice. But what was really cool is that, like I said, I had the disc. And I found the case in the manual on eBay, and the guy wanted $3 for it, and that was like $4 shipping. And I was gonna pay with the money that I had in my pending funds, but I still had like $7.80 something from a gift card. Who knew? So we basically got that for the rest of our gift card. We completed Record of Argarest War 2. Not really a game that I'll probably play, but the state of PS3 collecting is such that it's nice to have these types of games complete for sure. So it's one of those tactics-based strategy type games. A game I live streamed, and a lot of people actually checked out the live stream, which I appreciate, because when I do game live streams, I just sort of just pop them in and play them. I don't really like announce like a week in advance that we're going to stream on Friday or we're streaming every Saturday or whatever. But I picked up Rad Rogers, and I've been looking for this game for a long time. It's not a game that I see in the wild. Despite being, a Steam release, Switch release, Xbox release, PS4 release, like it's just not a game that I see. And there are plenty of copies on eBay, don't get me wrong, but it's just not a game that I see out in the wild. I saw it one time at GameStop and I passed on it because I think it was new and it was like 30 bucks or something. I was like, well, I'll wait to pick it up used. And then I finally found it last week at Maxine's Bargain Box, of all places, best video game store ever. In Newark, Ohio, it was 18 bucks. I still had like 170 trades, so we used some of our trade credit and got this. Now, this is an action platformer that, it's like a run and gun almost. Actually, you're not really doing a lot of running like Contra or Gunstar Heroes, but it is a shooting platformer is what I should say, where you have to like collect 4 pieces of this medallion so you can get out of the level. There's 9 levels. In between each level, there's like a fun little mini game. It's actually a really fun game. However, it crashed the first hour that I played it. So the stream cut off, I had to restart the stream, and then it worked fine. During one of the boss fights, I got stuck in the middle of a platform and I couldn't get out, so I died. Okay? Then later in the game, I respawned. I died and I respawned, and he's like holding the gun, but there's no gun there, so I had to take another death. Like there were just some real issues with this game. Again, crashing once probably isn't the worst thing ever. You don't want to see it for sure. You hope that they would patch that, but the game is 5 years old. And I also noticed that when you put in Rad Rogers, you actually get the Rad Rogers Radical version. So you probably get the better version of the game. It's kind of like Mafia 3, you get the definitive edition. But yeah, it's a fun game though. That's the thing, is like it's such a fun game to play. And it's smart level design. It's based off 90s games, platformers and stuff like that. And a lot of people were watching and they were like, yeah, this game looks cool, and I have this game and I've never played it. If you find a copy of it, definitely give it a try. It's a fun game, but man, like I said, it crashed that one time. That was annoying. Didn't really have any problems after that, except for glitching in the platform and spawning without a gun. So I had to take a death there. But like I said, you could unlock or like rescue like Duke Nukem. Each character you unlock has like a different special move. The chick Bombshell, she has a grenade that you throw in. It's like a homing grenade, so it's pretty useful. But yeah, you collect hats and stuff like that. It's just a really good like 7 or 8 hour game if you're looking to add to how many games you beat this year. Okay, I'm going on and on about Rad Rogers anyway. And because it's a Metroid game, now I'm going to play Super Metroid on the Super Nintendo. So we've got that ready to go right after this video. All right, so we tried to hit some garage sales. The first garage sale was absolutely terrible. That's just not how you want your garage sale season to start out. It's basically like, you know, when somebody backs their truck up and there's that space in between the garage and the bumper, and they just kind of pile up like old furniture and rugs and stuff out there. Kind of looked like that. Smelled a lot. And the second garage sale we went to, you guys saw, picked up this National Geographic Close-Up USA map pack, which is cool. All the maps are in there. They're color coded by region, so you can see like one is Washington and Oregon and Idaho and what else is there? Montana and Wyoming, and it's color coded right there. It's got a book and a map of the United States and like a laminate compass protractor or whatever, so you can measure distances. And but I thought, you know, for $1, that's probably a pretty good pickup. Turns out it's an okay pickup, I guess, because they're only like 10 bucks. The third garage sale, I drove past there like 3 times. I actually went there first and there wasn't anybody there. Then I went there when you guys saw it, there wasn't anybody there. I drove past there on my way back home. There was nobody there. So I don't know what's going on. And then the fourth garage sale we went to was all like baby toys and clothes. So not for us. I didn't even shoot any video. But we did stop at the Goodwill, and you'll see these in their bins all the time, just sort of miscellaneous wires. If you see anything that goes with a two-way, it's like a radio, it's a two-way radio car charger. But if you see anything that goes to like radios specifically, there's a lot of guys out there that do ham radios, CB radios, all that stuff. This is sealed, so it's worth a scan. Turns out it's about 18 to 20 bucks for this guy, and Goodwill just throws them in those bins they're all the same price, they're like $2 or whatever. We snagged DC Superheroes 11-inch Harley Quinn with the mallet. Again, like 15 bucks or so, and I think it was $3. So again, more stuff to throw on the eBay store. We did find a video game item there. It is a Miss Pac-Man plug and play. Very, I would say it's like a soft joystick. It's not clicky, you know, like you can kind of hear it, but usually the really good ones, you can just like, they make that clicky sound. It does work, has been tested. Again, this was $3, and looks like it goes for about 20 on eBay. So we're definitely gonna flip it because I don't collect plug and plays. So the last place I stopped today, I went to St. Vincent de Paul, and they're crazy on like their prices. They had a PlayStation 2 in there, the silver one, which I'm looking for a silver PlayStation 2 Slim because I want to give it to my oldest son. And I bought that for him for Christmas the year it came out, you know, so I think he really would enjoy that. But they had one for $75, and it's like as is untested. Like it's a thrift store. You have TVs in here. Plug that sumbitch up, test it, you know what I mean? And then, you know, sell it. But you can't spend $75 at a thrift store on a console that you don't know works or not when it's as is and there is no return on it. But anyway, after St. Vincent de Paul, I went to the other flea market that I go to, and that happened. Yeah, super awesome, right? Like GameCube for $10, even if it doesn't work, it's worth like 30 in parts. So yeah, so here it is, boom. Silver, platinum GameCube, 10 bones or clams or whatever it is that you call them. Now, like overall condition is not great. Like you can see it's got like a crack right there, dings in the shell, but it fires up like a champ, and didn't have any problems with it at all. It's got the port covers on the bottom, which is awesome. And yeah, so I asked him, I said, you know, where did that come from? Because that wasn't in the store last week or the week before when I went, because I was a little skeptical. Oh, and by the way, we all do this when we find a console. We're like, bloop. So there's nothing in there. The button kind of sticks. We'll clean that up. But anyway, I was worried that somebody brought it in and tried to trade it in, and they knew that it didn't work, you know. So I asked him, I said, where did this come from? And he said, oh, we got boxes in the back, and we'd had it for years, and we just started going through the boxes, and we found that. I asked him about the cables. He's like, I don't know. I don't even know what they would look like. I offered to look through the bins for him. He was like, I can't let you back there, man. I'm like, I get it. We don't have that. We're not that cool yet. We will be, though. But he did have a controller, a Yobu controller. Now, I actually kind of like this square design. I think that's pretty cool. But This one, when I plug it in, it just shakes. It's got the rumble feature, you know, so it's like motorboats like your mom. And then when you unplug it and then plug it back in, it works perfect. So I don't know what the deal is with that controller, but anyway. So I think I mentioned this last time, but I didn't really explain it that well. I used to take consoles and I just put them in a tub. Like, here's a great tub. I'll put a Sega Genesis in there and a controller and the cables. I'll put a PlayStation 1 in there and an Xbox and all this. It's like not even, it wasn't even like all Sega consoles and all. It was just kind of a hodgepodge of consoles, right? So when you try and pull wires out, like they all get tangled. So what I decided to do was go with this model. I started getting boxes like this, and I would put my consoles in there. So I've got like a Sega Genesis Model 2. It's got one controller, a power cable, and it needs an AV cable. And I just kind of wrap everything up all nice and put it in there. And yeah, I do that with all my consoles. That way you can just go grab it right off the shelf, you know, if you need to. But we went to Maxine's Bargain Box because I wanted to get some cables for that. He had a Model 2 AV cable, and he threw that. He gave that to me for free, which was nice. I have two Wii U's. One was missing in an HDMI, so I grabbed an HDMI cable. And then we got a AV cable for this GameCube. And my actual power cable is a Retrobit power cable, so I'll just take that out of the box over there. I'll bundle that stuff up, and then I will sell it. And I'll probably throw in NFL Quarterback Club 2002. And what's a GameCube go for? Like $100, $110? Because of its condition, we'll probably throw it up there for like 80. I don't think we'll have any problem reselling that at all whatsoever. So like I said, we stopped by the flea market today. You know, I've been there in a while, and you get some new games in. Nothing too exciting, but for $5 each, we got Formula One Championship Edition. You know, I'm all in on the Formula One from the last episode. This was $5. Looks like it goes for about 12, so we'll give it a try. If we don't like it, we will throw it up on the eBay store, and we'll get our money back. We're gonna double up on that one. And then this is a good one right here, the Dragon Age Origins Ultimate Edition with Origins Awakening, and includes 7 downloadable content packs. Thank you, BioWare. It is missing the manual, and these cases will need to be swapped, but this is like a $20, $25 game. So for $10, we got about $37 sitting there for a resale. We like to get that up as soon as possible. I was lucky to find those, you know, because usually there's a lot of people that go in there, they're not in great condition, that kind of thing. But the real reason I went to the flea market today was because I knew that he had this. Well, I thought that he had this. I didn't know if he sold it yet. About a month ago, I was in there and he was asking me like, hey, I got this little Sega. I'm like, oh, cool, Sega Game Gear. There was a bunch of games in there. And he's like, well, I just bought it for $10. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So we cleaned it up to make sure it worked, and everything. And he's like, oh, he's looking up on his, he's like, I'm gonna put $100 on that. And I'm like, damn it. So I let it sit there for like a month or so. And I went back today and I'm like, listen, I can do 50 cash right now for the Sega Game Gear, and there were 14 games. So he kind of looked at me and I'm like, it's been sitting here for a month. I mean, you got a lot of people coming in here looking for Game Gear. I mean, you got to give him the hard sell, right? He was like, you know what? I got it for, because he remembers me. He was like, you know, I got it for 10, so all 5 times my money. And I'm like, cool. So we have this bag. The bag is not in super great condition, but the console does work, which is nice. So let me just sort this out. These things are always big and clunky. But here's the console. Pretty nice screen on it, some light scratches, I would say. And then, of course, it's got both battery compartments, which is nice. We got the magnifying glass. We got the car charger. I'll probably flip that, just throw that. When am I ever going to charge my Game Gear in the car? Somebody will want that. And then a third-party charger, but let me throw this down. I'm going to need to get like a small vacuum or something, because this case is absolutely gross inside. Yeah. So we'll clean that up. We'll get the console, and then I will bundle that with the 2 games that I already had. And my thing is, I'll probably put it up for like $75. So we'll make an extra $25 just on this. But the 2 games that I already had, GP Rider and Sonic 2. So I've got like 2 extra copies of Sonic 2. So out of the 14 games, we're gonna be adding 12 to the collection. We got Super Monaco GP, because you know I'm all about the Formula One. Did I say that? Super Monaco GP. Columns. I thought I had this game, but I have super columns, not the regular columns. World Series Baseball 95. NBA Jam. Retro Bro was paying the college version of that the other day. Chicago Syndicate. Never heard of that one. Blackjack. Sure, that's pretty exciting. Madden 96. Clutch Hitter. And then the last little stack of games. I would say these are probably, maybe the better games. We got Vander Holyfield Boxing. Probably the most expensive game in there. I have this on Super Nintendo. It's Choplifter 3. Stuff is sliding everywhere. G-Lock Air Battle. And Crash Test Dummies. So all of those games will be going to the collection. We'll resell the console with the 2 other games. We'll at least get our money back on that. Add those to the collection for free, which is like how we like to do it. I'm talking fast because we have a whatnot auction tonight, and I've got to get all this stuff ready to go. So game recommendation. I don't think these are game recommendations as much as they are games that I've beaten recently. So we've got F1 Championship Edition on the PlayStation 3. Let me set this up here. There, that looks awesome. So what's cool about that game is that it's a Sony exclusive. So you're not going to get this Championship Edition on the other consoles. And then right after this game, which I think was 2010 or something, 2011, Codemasters got the license for the Formula One games, and they have them now, you know what I mean? So they've had it for a while. So it's a Sony published game, it's Sony exclusive. And what's really awesome about that game, and like I said, it's for all skill levels. It definitely has some flaws to it, but I like that you can sort of set like how much damage you want. So if you want to make it more like an arcade racer, you can. If you want to make it like full damage, full races with, pit stops and all that stuff, you can definitely do that. And, but if you don't know anything about like tire pressures and pitches and wedge and, how should my rear diffuser and my front wing, how do they, if you don't know anything about that, they make it very easy to just sort of pick up and play and make it an arcade style racing game. The World Tour is, all 15 or 16 World Tour events on the F1 circuit at that time. And as you're looking probably at the video footage right there, it looks really nice. And it has all those features, like that guideline that you're probably seeing, that green line. I would leave that on just because of like depth perception. Like it's kind of hard to tell when you need to start braking because you're not actually in the car, But all the other features, like difficulty of the other racers, the aggressive, like it's a very customizable game. It's very fun to play. And yeah, I'm trying to think like, the one thing I didn't like is like there's a season mode and then a World Grand Prix mode. The story mode, you start at like F2 and then you work your way up to F1, create your own character. But you can't create a character and then pick a team to be in the World Cup mode or the World Grand Prix mode, which I thought was kind of annoying. Like, why can't I just create a character and, kick Lewis Hamilton off the Mercedes team and take his spot? You know what I mean? But anyway, I definitely recommend getting this one if you collect PS3. Now, if you don't collect PS3, you don't care about PS3, it's like under 12 bucks and it's a PlayStation exclusive. So make sure that you grab that one. Really, really fun game. Happy I played through it. But anyway, guys, that is going to do it. Thank you so much for tuning in. What have you been picking up? Make sure you leave a comment down below. Be hitting garage sales? You better. That's where you find all the deals. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share on social media. Don't forget to bang that notification bell so you can stay up to date on all of your CM retro gaming goodness, guys. Take care of yourselves, and we will see you on the next one. Have a good night, meow.